Hey guys and gals, today's topic is going to be about what are you prepping for? And I'm going to be your host, the Homestead Prepper. And the reason I'm doing this video is for a couple reasons. One reason is I got a casting call from Nat Geo for Doomsday Preppers, and they asked me what I was prepping for. And I told them, well, I'm prepping for a hurricane, and they didn't seem too interested in that. And I said, well, I'm also, prepping for an invasion in the year 2019 by interdimensional aliens who will try to destroy humanity with anti-proton weapons. No, I'm just kidding about the aliens, guys. I did tell them I was preparing for a hurricane, and my wife and I, we discussed it, and for personal reasons we decided not to pursue going on the show, and we didn't want to get a low score. Another reason that I'm bringing this up about what I'm prepping for is someone left me a series of comments, and they were not very happy that they accused me of exceeding my prepper orders, over prepping, going above and beyond my prepper charter, and I didn't know that was possible. I didn't even know I had a charter. I guess they watched a video a while back and I said I was prepping for a hurricane. Well, I just want to clear the air. A hurricane is one of the things I'm prepping for. I live on the west coast of Florida, and having been through several hurricanes and tropical storms, and back in 2004 we had 3 hurricanes all come through in just a couple weeks of each other, and by us having bottled water, canned food, outdoor cooking equipment, gas, a generator, and an air conditioner, that afforded us a lot of comfort through that time. And there were people who went like 3 weeks without power in the area. And after that, I spent a lot of time hooking up transfer switches and generators. People had the urge for that after that, but it was already too late. It already passed. But like I said, I think it's prudent, if you live in a region that's subject to hurricanes, to be somewhat prepared for it. You don't have to be extreme, just the basics. Another thing that I'm prepping for is an economic downturn. And if you look at the idiots that we have in charge, and I don't care if you're, like Democrats or Republicans, they are controlled by the corporations and the banks. And they're pumping $85 billion of our money into buying treasuries every month. And I just personally believe that it's just going to be a matter of time before the bilge pump quits and the boat sinks, and we're going to be on it. So I know that a lot of people say, oh, that could never happen. We'll never have an economic downturn. That could never happen. Well, you know what, guys? It's happened before. It will happen again. And I guarantee you, of course, I wasn't around in the 1920s, but I'm pretty sure there were people back then saying that, oh, the stock market would never crash and we'd never have a downturn. That would never happen. And I guarantee you there were also people back then who saw what was coming and they got prepared for it. So, according to my research, about 3 million people can attribute their deaths to that economic downturn back in the 1930s from malnutrition, disease, lack of medical care, starvation, suicide, and this time around here it's going to be a lot worse, because back then you had a lot of people who were more self-sufficient, especially more self-sufficient than a lot of people are today. A lot of people are just completely dependent on the grid and the system. So that is one of the things I'm prepping for. And also I don't believe there's going to be any Social Security or pensions around when I get ready to retire. So I'm preparing for that. And I know a lot of people say, well, I got a 401k. Well, okay, you got a 401k, all right? And you have a pension. That's great. Well, that can be pulled out at any time. So I wouldn't put 100% faith in that. Also, if you have a lot of money in the bank, the banks will fail. And it happened in the 30s. It's going to happen again. And I know somebody who was in Russia when they had their collapse, and she told me that her grandparents had scrimped and saved their whole lives and saved up enough money where they could have afforded to buy a home and a new car. And I don't know what, how much money that was or how you would convert that in today's dollars, but you just figure, I guess today, what an average home costs in your area and your average car. And they closed the banks and they opened them a couple days later, and her grandparents went down there and she said they got the equivalent of $300 US. I don't know how many rubles that was at the time, but they took that $300 and they went down and they bought a bicycle and they bought some other stuff. And they got screwed out of a lifetime of saving. The same thing's going to happen here. So I'm prepping for that. And I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I'm not telling y'all to pull your money out of the bank and put it in your mattress, okay? Y'all do your own research. Y'all do what's right for you. But I kind of feel like if I'm prepped for a hurricane and I'm prepped for an extreme economic collapse, then I'm probably going to be prepared for man-made or natural disasters too, if they happen. Be prepared for that. And I wouldn't tell anybody I was prepping for electromagnetic pulse, because to a non-prepper, you might as well just start talking about the interdimensional aliens. So, but if you have basic preps, you're going to be a lot better off than if you're not prepping, or if you're one of these anti-preppers, which that seems to be what I'm running into a lot of people nowadays. And I don't even bring it up; they bring it up. So anyway, I just wanted to clear the air and let y'all know what I was prepping for. Actually, several things I'm getting prepared for, and I would love to hear your comments, and I'd love to hear what y'all are prepping for. This is the Homestead Prepper, out.